Hey guys, my name's Jonathan. I haven't made a video in a while, but I really like cameras, and I really like photography, and I really like taking videos. It is something that I have been minorly passionate about for a while, especially when I was younger. I did a lot of film, and then slowly been creeping my way into the digital age in the past year or so. So that started, and I have a video about it. That started with this guy. This is my Sony a6300, which usually I don't have this lens. I just had this lens on for some video stabilization. This is what I usually have. This is just a 33 millimeter. And I went from that to what I have now, which is why I was taking the video. This is recording on the LUMIX GH7. This is a massive, insane upgrade over the a6300, especially just jumping between eras almost. The a6300 is about 10 years old, and this is maybe 2 now. It's 2026. So I just wanted to really note, what is the reason why I got this, and what has it actually done for me as someone who has been, taking pictures. I wouldn't say doing photography, but taking pictures for a long time, and someone who has been just more recently trying to get into video. And so for me, the main reason, the main thing that drew me to this is really, as much as I like the compact body of something like the a6300, I wanted something that just was easier to control, right? If you're shooting full manual on that, it's really difficult because the controls are all like 2 buttons to get somewhere instead of 1 button to change something. You only have 1 dial, and if you don't have an aperture ring on your lens, it makes it a little harder. So just all those little tiny details and things like that were ergonomically annoying. And the second annoying thing is I started taking a lot of video with that. And I started taking a lot of video outside in Texas, where it's hot. And there's ways to get around a variety of things. There's ways to power it, how you rig it up. You can power it, you can put a monitor, you can do all these things, but that's not going to stop it from getting way too hot. And I'm always kind of going to live in, warmer spots, or I'm going to want to take these things out whenever I'm doing something adventurous outside. So that getting hot and overheating is kind of a no-go for me. So I wanted something that had a built-in fan. And you start looking at, cameras that have that, and, there's a long history, but you want something a bit more modern. And what I ended up deciding on was the GH7, because it's not a small camera by any means, but it is everything that I need and more. And it is a reduction in sensor size, which I don't really have a problem with, because it's just made my photography and video life infinitely easier. So I wrote a list down here of things that I wanted to mention and why I really got this. So one of the biggest things really is with the in-body image stabilization. When you're taking video, it's not very necessary, I would say. Like, big film crews, they don't really have IBIS, but they have much larger rigs that will, absorb the shock of these micro shakes a lot better. But when you're working with something like this, or even something that's the size of the GH7, when you're handheld, it doesn't really matter what you do. You're always going to get a little something, especially when you're at a longer focal length. And sometimes I want to shoot a video at a longer focal length. So the IBIS and then the E-stabilization on top of that, I put, sorry, there was a motorcycle passing. I've put, handheld video of birds with 200 millimeter lens on, on this camera, and I put that on a video before, and that works perfectly fine. Like, that's fantastic. There's just so many amazing things about having image stabilization. The low light performance, while people can argue, I would say it's already not bad. We have noise reduction techniques, and I use raw therapy to edit my photos, and that does a really good job with noise reduction and higher ISOs when you're taking photography. And then also the noise in low light video, especially at high ISOs, even up to 6400 or 12800, like, it's fine. You know, if you slap a film filter on that, then you get the sort of splotchy color noise, but otherwise the noise is very organic. And if you're going to add film grain on top of anything anyway, then it already looks like that. So it's not really that big of a deal. But having the IBIS allows you to shoot slower shutter speeds, unless your subject is moving very fast, of course. But you can shoot, static objects in slower shutter speeds at lower ISO and be fine. It's not really a big deal, like 1/30th, 1/20th of a second, even more than that. As well, photography side, being able to shoot handheld high res is just absolutely incredible. You get 100 megapixel files, and you can zoom and crop as much as you need. I've done it on my own face, just trying to sit still, and it works fine. So all of that was not handheld, that was on tripod. But things like that, they work really fantastically well. So all the computational side, sorry, there's a lot of loud vehicles passing, but what I was saying is the computational side of the photography is incredible. And moving on to the video, I mean, really, the thing that I really wanted was a video camera. I love taking pictures. Pictures were inconvenient with that. It's expensive with film, but also just the ability to take more video where I don't have to rig anything up. I can just grab the camera, put it on the right setting and then go. So I have, custom modes set up where I just throw it on whatever. If I'm recording for, something low stakes or like social media for jiu-jitsu club or something like that, I have the MP4 light setting, so I get small file size. I just use the real-time LUT and bake in some color profile, and it just works. And it looks amazing. You can export it directly to your phone and just post it if you need to. Like, that's incredible. The more production level features are astounding, and I really do hope to use those one day. Personally, I want to make, not like anything extravagant, but I like the idea of taking time out of my day, take time out of my life in order to make something like a short film, or just like these different creative projects that have a larger meaning than just like a one-off clip, or like even just videos throughout the year taken of various places that I've been, and you put them all in a little collage at the end of the year. Like that's incredible, and they can be made even higher quality. Not that that's strictly necessary with this, which I love. I mean, personally, I love taking video. I love editing video. It's just fantastic, and I have way too much potential with this camera in front of me, but I'm very happy to try to extract what I can and use it as a tool to better my own creative endeavor as well, and be able to focus on different things, right? Like, I don't like taking a walk with no purpose. Another motorcycle. I don't like taking a walk with no purpose, but if I take a walk and I take a big lens with me to look for birds, that's awesome. I love that. It's just like something that's really nice that I get the opportunity to be outside and enjoy it with some kind of purpose, and then get these really nice images or videos out of it. Or even if I'm just hanging out with friends, like I like taking videos of my friends. I've always loved taking pictures of my friends, but it's cool to be able to just capture these moments and memories, and especially just be able to share them with other people. I think that's one of the biggest things for me, is giving I capture these memories, I take them, I give them to other people once they're, sort of, beautified. I don't do anything too crazy, but I like the idea that I can deliver that for people that I love and share those memories, right? Like, picture's worth 1,000 words. The video is a bunch of moving pictures, so I think that's incredible. It hasn't been too long. It's only been about 2 or 2.5 months with this tool so far, and I'm really excited to see where things go. I got the kit, so I got the kit lens. The Leica 12-60 is variable aperture, but supposedly parfocal. I haven't really, it's not, I don't think it really is, but it's incredible. The versatility, the lightweight of it, like, it's just, you can take it everywhere. I mean, I can still fit it in my little Bellroy bag there, but I can take it wherever I need to, and with the weather sealing, I can really take it wherever I need to. So super versatile. super nice to have, whether it's photo, whether it's video, just turning it on. Like, I always am happy to just use it, and I'm happy to go places to use it. I feel the urge to go outside of my apartment in order to utilize this camera and just capture things, what's around me. And I'm moving soon, so I think the next thing for me is to take this and take some time and just really capture the life that I live and the life that's around me right now, so that I can have that memory as I go on to the next stage of my life. So yeah, just a little quick overview, a little quick talk through about how I feel about this thing and how incredible it's really been. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see what I feel like making next time. Hopefully it is something that's more creative endeavor as opposed to just talking about something that I spend money on, which, you know, everybody likes that, don't they? But anyway, thank you. Bye.